Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of what Deku had the Omni quirk. First off, like goes 100 likes. And secondly, make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy the video mostly, as we're at 2.66k subs, which is 2,660 subscribers, which is honestly amazing. I went from no subscribers to that in such a short amount of time, which is amazing. And also, you can see I'm rushing through this. I've recorded this video 7 times, and it keeps on crashing. And if this happens again, I actually quit. Anyway, yes, I've been gone for quite a while, and that's because, let's just say, I didn't do my schoolwork during lockdown, and I got punishment with no YouTube. No YouTube. Yeah, that's the reason. Totally, 100% the reason. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm going to speed through this, because I had a plot, but I deleted the plot. It's currently 1 AM. I started recording this at 10. I'm thoroughly annoyed. So, let's do this quick. I say the video will be, I think, 20 minutes at max. Or 16, I'm aiming for 16. I'm going to just test the algorithm. As I see on other YouTube channels, 10 minutes to get around 2,000 views. For Anime X, I'd say. He does a 20-minute one. It gets... depends, the normal amount of views is 6k for those 20s, but then he did like a 60-minute one and it jumped to 12k. And I looked at his minutes. Every time there's a 60 minutes or around 60 minutes, the views are high on it. So I'm going to try to do 60 minutes. Anyway, let's get into this. Last time we left off, we see Deku accept All Might to be his teacher, offers to heal his wound, and then Baku gets attacked. Deku, enraged by this, awakens some of his power, which is a dark side of him, and opens a portal to a new dimension where the slime creature gets tortured for an endless amount of time, forever. And All Might's noticed this and has a plan. First things first, All Might gives Deku the task to clear the beach, without using his quirk at all. And Deku agrees to this. He goes down to the rubbish on the beach and attempted to push it, a large piece, and he couldn't at all. And Deku gets angry at this and punches it, and hears a voice in his head. Well, I guess I'll give you the boost for this. And Deku's eyes turn black for a split second, but they will turn to white. And Deku comes to push the rubbish again, and eats easily this time. And All Might says, "Hey, I said no using your quirk." Deku replies, I'm not. This is just my base strength with the quirk I was born with, I can't change it. All Might says, "Can't you just dial it down?" And Deku says, "That will be using my quirk." All Might grunts and says, "Fine, go ahead." Due to the strength boost, Deku clears the beach in a week, but he still has just under 10 months. All Might gives Deku a training regimen, which it says on it, it's a small one, and he's going to amp it up. 10 push-ups, 10 pull-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10km, not a 10km run, a 2km run, blah blah blah, just like every basic exercise except for it's 10. When Deku gets home, he hangs up on the wall, but then he hears a voice in his head again. His eyes turn black yet again, and he hears in his head, "What a puny training regimen, what better than that, let me change that," and he hears a click in his head. Deku's eyes return to the white, and he turns round, and he sees that the training regimen's gone from 10 to 1,000. And the 2km runs even went up to 1,000. And he decides, I just need to sleep. I'm going crazy. I misread it as well. I missed 2 zeros. I need to catch up on my sleep. Deku wakes up at, I'd say, 9 in the morning. He liked my sleep there. Anyway, yeah. And he goes to All Might, and All Might tells him, "Here's the surprise. Since you completed that in under the 10 months in a week, I'm gonna let you spar against me. But you have to do your daily regimen first." Deku agrees, and he gets in a push-up position. And when All Might looks at him, he counts 100, as All Might has that quick vision, of course. It's like, "Wait, what are you doing? I said do 10 on your training regimen. It's 10. Deku says, no, it's 1,000. And All Might thinks, oh, damn. I really must have been weird in the head then. I didn't mean to put 1,000, I meant 10. And Deku says, well, I've done 100 easily, might as well do 1,000. But I have a question, can I use super speed for the 1,000 kilometer run? All Might face plants says, oh, sure. And after doing everything, Deku appears right in front of All Might. He did the 1,000 kilometer run last. Panton, he says, I wish I had a quirk that refills on my stamina to the full instantly. And Deku stops panting. It's like, oh, that's much better. But Deku's thirsty, and he's like, oh, I wish I had a quirk that pure clean water pours out of my hands. And Deku had a drink then. All Might thinking, damn, he really has a luxury life. But the Sanka won a test. All Might asked Deku to heal his injury. And Deku says yes. And then Deku decides to test and count himself. If I get injured during this fight, I want to gain from it. I wish I had the ability to, every time I got injured, I get my strength multiplied by depends how bad I was injured. If I'm near death, my power could multiply by 100. That's what the quirk I want. And yes, this is basically Deku giving himself the ability to get Senkai boosts. Then he says also, I want my strength to be shown to me in stats. And I wish to have full control over them stats. And my strength is it now, my speed is 1. And I want to be able to change that to wherever I like. And then this gets shown to him. A little symbol appears to him at the top left of his vision. And then it's 1. By the way, this is Deku with the super strength and super speed. And the fight begins. Oh, no. Yeah. No. Then Deku says, I wish I had the ability to heal any injury, no matter how bad it is, to anyone else and myself. And heals All Might's injury. Now All Might's in his prime. I'm going to give you this scale. All Might 100% with his injury is 20% of All Might now without his injury. Anyway, All Might knows that Deku's really strong and gets it to 20% straight away, meaning 100% with his injury. And they go at it. All Might starts bodying Deku. And Deku responds to this by changing his strength stat to 10. And he catches All Might's fist and spins around and slams him. But All Might starts 25%. And he slams Deku straight in the stomach. Deku gets a bit strained and angry at this, and his eyes turn a bit darker shade. And he hears a voice in his head, destroy him. And Deku's body moves on its own, spinning around and kicking All Might straight in the chest, and then comboing him with a roundhouse and a straight dead punch, Deku and All Might in the face. All Might looks at Deku's eyes and he sees the fade back to white, and he's like, oh. Deku starts holding his head. Oh, what was that? All Might now knows that it wasn't a prediction, or it wasn't his imagination. Deku has another side of his power, a dark side, a powerful side. And he wants to teach Deku to control it. And All Might thinks to himself, as he's fighting Deku, so, it came out first when Bakugo's life was in danger. Or if I can threaten to kill Bakugo if Deku can't beat me. Sorry guys, I think on my screen. Might think to himself, yeah, that's it. Okay. But as he was thinking to himself, Deku pulled up his strength from 10 to 20. And he starts bodying All Might and kicks him in the face. All Might says, hey Deku, stop. And All Might pushes it to 40% and slams Deku to the ground, holding him there. Says, you know what? I'm done trying to be the nice guy. If you can't kill me, if you can't beat me, I'm gonna kill your little friend Bakugo. Deku's shocked, thinking, no, you wouldn't. Why? And what says, well, you're being too pathetic right now. You're not meant. You want to be my student, but you can't even beat me when I'm holding back. So just for this, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill your best friend. Slowly, painfully. And Deku starts getting angry. And sorry if you hear my witch of a sister laughing, I know. She's annoying. I hate her so much. You don't even know. Anyway, I can do it. Deku's eyes start darkening. He looks at a strength set and says to his head. And the voice in his head says, 100. And he grabs All Might's wrist and starts slowly crushing it and rips it off him. All Might sees that Deku's eyes aren't fully black, but he's getting there. Deku easily overpowers All Might all of a sudden, slamming him, grabbing his wrists, like Barn did to Meliodas. No, wait, other way around, like Meliodas did to Barn in the cube, chucking him around, picking him up and slamming him, picking him up, slamming him. All Might's getting visibly bloodied. All Might goes, okay, 80%, and he breaks out of the hold and kicks Deku to the floor. And he says, that's it, really? Looks like I'm gonna go and kill Bakugo now. He slams Deku into the wall and pretends to walk off to attempt to go kill Bakugo. Deku fully loses it, says, don't you dare. Deku's eyes turn fully black and his voice molds into a darker, eviler, like that type of voice. And he looks at All Might and says, you pushed your luck, you've pulled me out. All Might turns around and sees the pitch black in Deku's eyes and says, I have a feeling this isn't going to be fun. Deku looks at his actual stat, the strength stat and speed stat, and it seems to be changing numbers constantly. Deku jumps at All Might, speeds All Might can't even react to, and punches him in the face. But before All Might flies away, Deku grabs him and starts comboing him. Kick to the stomach, jump off him, spin around and use a quirk to boost him to the ground. Deku gets like jet fire on his back and it boosts him straight to All Might, slamming him into the ground. All Might bounces off the ground and Deku uses speed to slide underneath him, create a fireball in his hand and slam it into All Might's back. Deku activates his flight quirk, of course, flies up at All Might at super speed, grabs onto his face, and using Bakugo's quirk creates a little explosion burning the skin on All Might's face. All Might knows he needs to get out of this now, and pushes himself to 100%, barely able to escape Deku's grip. And he spins around with a kick and kicks Deku, sending him flying, and also sends All Might flying back down to the ground. All Might's holding his face with bare marks all over and things. Damn it. So this is the power of Izuku Midoriya. It's a lot stronger than I expected. I might not be able to beat him, but I brought myself some time. Just as he says this, Deku reappears in front of him face, and decks All Might in the stomach, making All Might cough out blood. And as All Might... Sorry, I had to pause that because I'm annoying sister. And as All Might coughs up blood and shoots his head in the air like any reaction, Deku grabs it and slams it into his knee. And as All Might's about to fall to the floor, Deku doesn't allow it. And he gets his foot, using super speed, runs to the side of All Might and kicks him. All Might starts doing like them multiple flips on the ground like you see in cartoons. And the voice says to All Might, you pushed it too far. Deku grabs All Might and slams into the ground and starts choking him. You shouldn't have even won off the Bakugo. Now I'm gonna kill you. Deku starts making All Might's throat collapse, squeezing it tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And this is where All Might whispers, young Midoriya, don't forget who you are. I wouldn't ever kill Bakugo. That was just to make you use his power. Don't forget you're a kind young man who wants to be the #1 hero, and I believe in you. As All Might says this, Deku's grip loosens slightly, and All Might attempts to yank Deku's hand off his neck, but Deku's too strong. And one of Deku's eyes starts lightening up and returns to white. He says, what am I doing, All Might? But the voice takes over yet again and says, no, we're finishing what we started. But Deku has control of one side of his body and grabs his own hand and starts pulling it off. With the help of All Might, Deku manages to get his hand off him. And the voice inside Deku's head says, fine, you don't want my help, then you won't have it. But if you ever let your guard down, or if anyone ever hurts us, I will come out and kill them. Because remember, you are not you, and I am not me. We are we, or we are us. And there's no escaping that. I am you, you are me. Just remember that. I'm part of you, I always will be, always have been. And you can never get rid of me. No matter how much you want to. And I can never get rid of you, no matter how much I want to. And then Deku's eyes return to normal. He's breathing heavily like, what was that? And I'm like shocked, thinking, what have I pushed you to? But that power could easily be all for one. And we're going to learn to control that. But anyway, guys, we just hit 16 minutes. And like I said, I'm going to try and end this at 16 minutes before this video crashes. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, make sure you hit the like of 100 likes. And remember, let's try to hit 3k mark, 3k subs before, I'm on sec, January, February, March, April, May. Before the end of May. Actually, before the end of April. Because I know you guys can do it. You guys are the best. You guys are amazing. And I'm currently on lockdown, so my life's been boring. So yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family, and peace.